Let's start with the fetch data function. This function begins by checking whether the browser has an active internet connection using the Navigator online property. If the Navigator is offline, we load the data from the local cache by calling the load cache data function. Once the cached data is retrieved, it is logged to the console and then returned. If the Navigator is online, we fetch fresh data from the server using the fetch data from server function, log it, and then return it. This ensures seamless data fetching regardless of network status. Next, we attach an event listener to the window object that listens for the online event. This event fires when the browser gains internet access. In the event listener's callback function, we call fetch data to retrieve the latest data from the server and log it. This mechanism ensures that as soon as the connection is restored, the application automatically updates with the latest server data. We also add an event listener for the offline event. This event triggers when the browser loses internet access. The callback for this event simply logs a message indicating that the network is offline, and the application will work from cache. No data fetching is needed here, as any attempt to fetch data while offline will automatically use the cache. The load cache data function is a placeholder for the actual caching mechanism. In a real-world application, this function should interface with a local database or storage system to retrieve cached data. In this example, we're returning a promise that resolves immediately with some mock data. This represents the cached data that might be available when working offline. The fetch data from server function is responsible for reaching out to the server and retrieving fresh data. Here we use the fetch API to make a GET request to a mock API endpoint. When the promise resolves, we convert the response to JSON, which is the format we'd normally expect from a server. This data is then returned and can be used by the application.